I don't think this is going to be a gentle evolution, but this evolution of going to the cloud and this app-driven economy, it's happening so quickly.
We are really at the tip of the iceberg in the sense that the 1990s and early 2000 period, we made a lot of investment in client-server, and that was good for the 1990s and 2000. However, the challenge now is client-server is very expensive to maintain, and over time you just accumulate all these different legacy investments, all these aging servers that you now have on premise. That means that an ever-increasing amount of your budget is being spent just to maintain those systems as opposed to do new things for the public. So, wanting to try and get out of this sort of trap of maintaining legacy, one of the things we've been doing at the FCC, and as well as with other public sector organizations, is to move to the cloud as quickly as we can.
We need to make sure that we have platforms where technologies and processes can be safe and secure for companies to move ahead, but being able to open up, to build the interfaces to the internet, to the global consumer and technology markets, and that is now happening with cloud business.
When's the last time you went and checked your bank balance and talked to somebody? When's the last time you booked an airline and didn't do it over the net? When is the last time that you actually went into a store to buy music and didn't do it digitally? Think about all the things you do almost each and every day, and are you reacting with a human, or are you reacting with software? And as every company starts to think about how they're going to react with their customers, it's becoming more application driven. So this isn't just about software companies building software for software's sakes. This is about companies trying to get close to their customers.
Platforms like Android and many of the cloud platforms that are being created in industry, like Fujitsu with its industrial clouds, are now creating new platforms, new players that will interact and work through interfaces, but not one single player anymore, not even one country being able to control the new markets.
The key challenges with moving wholesale to the cloud, I would say, are 80% people and culture and 20% technology. A lot of people have concerns about where is their data located. A lot of people have concerns about their custom processes they may have built into the systems they had on premise. Whereas if you move to the cloud, that might make it harder to actually build in your own custom processes. And you really have to tease out what are those processes that are absolutely essential to have that are unique, and what are those things that actually you can use a commodity-based process and you don't need to do it by yourself. The challenge, however, is it is huge institutional resistance. And that's why I say any good leader has to recognize that you need to manage the friction of the organization in order to make the change. How do you actually bring the organization along and you can get them to where they go? In this case, as a CIO, we get them to the cloud, we actually make the progression we need to make, and we become more fast, more nimble, and more resilient as a result.